Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting right away. Once again, I welcome you to this morning's program as part of the celebration of the Lagos University Hospital. Here anniversary, LUTH as an institution. Okay, yeah, we're back. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, we're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can hear me. So I think we had some glitch inside.
You can hear me now.
We can hear you clearly now.
Good. Very good. So
video. So the chief
tell me when to start.
Yeah, the chief medical director is ready. So also online, Dr. Director of Administration. We have the two deputy CMAs, we have separate consultant, we have all our staffs, nurses, senior nurses, senior physiotherapists, senior medical lab scientists, all senior administrative officers, everybody. We are here to listen to the address of the chief medical director. Like I said, Thursday, during our celebration, is very important. So, the chief medical director, sir, you have the floor.
Thank you, CMAC. The chairman of the LUTH Management Board, members of the board, esteemed members of management, and all co-workers in this our LUTH vineyard where many good things are happening. I wish you a very good morning, and I join all men and women of goodwill to wish you and our hospital, our dear Lagos University Teaching Hospital, a happy time, especially this season as we celebrate the 60th year of our institution's existence. This program that's ongoing started since August this year, and on behalf of the board and the management, I welcome you all. You will recall LUTH was established 60 years ago. In fact, on the 9th of August, it was exactly 60 years when the first patient was admitted in our hospital. I was in primary 2 that time. Primary 1, I must say. I was in primary 1 that time. And you recall also that our hospital was established along with the medical school in 1961, following an act of cabinet in April 1961, as recommended by the Ashby Commission on Secondary Education in Nigeria. The cabinet members who made this epochal decision included Mr. Ajan Wachuku. We used to see them on almanacs in those days. Dr. T.O. Elias, who was the then Attorney General Minister of Justice. Mr. Oluwakinfo Sile, we used to see his face on the almanac in our father's room, Alhaji Shehu Shagari, and Senator Dr. Moses Majakodumi, who was the Minister of Health. They were saddled with the objectives to train at least 100 Nigerian doctors annually in medical schools by 1975 onwards, and provide effective reorganization of hospitals in Nigeria, especially in Surulere, in Ibadan, Kaduna, and Enugu clinical medicine, and also to establish a full-fledged school in Lagos as soon as possible by making use of existing medical institutions. History tells us that the site where we occupy now was then a 92-acre field of farmland, which was formerly occupied by the then newly built mainland hospital. The buildings that had been completed for the Surulere mainland hospital were thus swiftly adapted to suit the needs of a teaching hospital and medical complex. And we must salute the courage, the dream, the vision, and the energy and enthusiasm of the Minister of Health, Dr. Majakodumi, which enabled this task to be accomplished in record time. Our present locations include where we are today, the LUTH Psychiatric Clinic in Yaba, the LUTH Dermatology Clinic in Yaba, and also the Primary Healthcare Center in Pakoto, Ogun State, where we have 250 hectares of land begging to be used. Over the years, our hospital has remained one of the best teaching and specialist hospitals in Nigeria. And we have been designated a center of excellence in many areas, including dentistry. We did the first in vitro fertilization in this sub-region. And so many good things have happened. LUTH has recorded many firsts in gastroenterology, endoscopy, in dental surgery, in radiation oncology, in hemodialysis. We were the first. Many other specialties such as neurosurgery, ophthalmology, obstetrics, gynecology, ENT, hematology, medical microbiology, community health, clinical, child dental health, restorative dentistry, and so you name it. They continue to provide advanced care for our fellow men and women. And LUTH, at least as far as we know, has the highest concentration of skilled medical and paramedical staff in different areas of medical endeavors in the sub-region. And this explains why Lagos is often chosen by international and local partners, such as oil companies and so many other places, not only to collaborate with us, when they also need highly skilled staff, they poach from our staff, but we don't mind, we continue to produce more. LUTH has pioneered things like small incision, cataract excision, and we've trained over 40 doctors in this specialty. And we continue to perform laparoscopic surgeries and gynecological procedures, which continue to reduce the duration of hospitalization after surgery. We boast a comprehensive diagnostic center and VIP clinic, state-of-the-art laboratories, radio diagnosis, radiotherapy, renal dialysis. Do I need to go on? And all these from a humble beginning of just 300 beds in 1962. Today, we are one of the largest teaching hospitals in Nigeria. We have about 1,000 beds, and we're involved in the training of hundreds of medical, dental, pharmacy, and other allied health science students. We also train many doctors in postgraduate specialties, and they have gone on to man many posts across Nigeria and even beyond our shores. We've produced thousands and thousands of nurses, laboratory scientists, health record officers, biomedical engineers, and other paramedical cadres. And various members of our consultant staff have made significant research contributions to the advancement of knowledge in major areas of medical endeavor. We've separated Siamese twins in LUTH, and our hospital continues to be a unique institution in not only having such a large catchment population, but also in having a large concentration of highly specialized manpower that enables us to respond to various health conditions and training needs. Since 1962, LUTH has contributed in no small way to the training of all sorts of cadres of medical personnel, and they are readily absorbed both locally and internationally. We have taken advantage of the federal government's public-private partnership initiatives, and presently we partner with private organizations in providing state-of-the-art facilities for to augment our work. The flagship of such partnership is the multi-million-dollar NSIA LUTH Cancer Center, the NLCC, the first of its kind in West Africa. Others are things like the blood bank system, the radio diagnosis center, our independent power project, which makes us boast that LUTH is the only federal healthcare institution with its own uninterrupted electricity for the past 4 years, the Sickle Cell Center, LUTH Bone Marrow Transplantation Center, and the Olushola Dada Dialysis Center and Renal Institute, and etc. We continue to improve on this on a daily basis. The biggest renal institute in Nigeria as of today is the Isaac Olushola Dada Dialysis Center and Renal Institute, which is already commissioned and presently functional. We have a lot of projects that have been brought by corporate bodies, individuals, and other philanthropists. For example, the Alima Oncology Ward, which is a 60-bed facility, has been completely furnished, and we've finished building it, and it's shortly to be commissioned. We partner with Messrs. Smile Train since 2007. We've done over 800 surgical repairs of cleft lip and palate free of charge for children who have this need. We also run specialty clinics to support them. Things like orthodontic care, speech therapy, nutritional needs, and all that. We do all this free of charge for children. I don't need to remind us of what Messrs. Kids OR did for us. They gave us a grant of about $500,000 to renovate, furnish, and equip 2 state-of-the-art pediatric theaters dedicated only for children's surgical procedures. So during this period of celebration, I must tell you that a number of landmark projects, as I've mentioned above, will be commissioned, and we shall be performing very soon our first bone marrow transplantation for cure of sickle cell anemia disease. Our newly built 30-bed ICU intensive care unit is about to be put to use as well. And in all this, we must be grateful to the President of the country, President Muhammadu Buhari, GFR. We must be grateful also to the Senate and the House of Reps, as well as our Board of Management under the able chairmanship of Alhaji Issa Bello Sali for their purposeful direction and unflinching support of LUTH under their guidance. A new outpatient complex is presently under construction at the Vegetable Garden. This was brought to us as a landmark project by the Honorable Speaker of the House of Reps, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. We're grateful to him. We will have about 256 consultation rooms there at the Vegetable Garden with so many other modern facilities. Our institution has grown in the past 60 years, and we are serving over 25 million Lagosians and Nigerians from Lagos and neighboring states. We owe a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation to all members of staff and stakeholders for making this happen. From what was once a farmland has grown the edifice we call LUTH today. I also want to salute your courage as workers in LUTH for the brilliant role we played working side by side with the Lagos state government and the federal government in stemming the tide of the COVID-19 pandemic when it hit us from April 2020. We appreciate and celebrate the gallant effort of our staff who fought this scourge to a standstill. During that period, remember, we treated over 1,000 patients who were admitted in our hospital. We tested almost 40,000 samples that were brought to us from suspected COVID cases. And we delivered about 14 babies from 13 mothers. All mothers and babies went home safe and alive and well. To those members of staff and other Nigerians that we lost during this period, may I say that God's perpetual light should continue to shine upon them. Thank you very much for all what you have done. As we celebrate those who dreamt, those who envisioned, and who worked assiduously with passion to create and nurture this, what has become a dream that we now call LUTH, we must remember eminent personalities such as late Dr. Chief Moses Majekodumi, eminent persons, excuse me, like Professor Orishejelami Thomas, Professor Akin Adeshola, late Professor Akin Professor Adele Bute, Professor Kios, Professor Kofi Duncan, Professor John Mabaje, Professor Olikoye Ransome-Kuti, Chief Adewumi, Ms. Morrison, Ms. Olayinka Oguntolu, Ms. Doreen Ogunro of blessed memory, Mrs. Efi Adewumi, and many others that worked with them. Pioneers who saw beyond the bend and who created this institution out of a farmland. Their toil is why we celebrate today. We, you and I, are the proud inheritors of legacies from the dreams and vision of those who went before us. And I stop to ask, what shall we leave as legacies for future generations? So today, as we celebrate LUTH and all what it stands for, we must look to the future and reflect on the past 60 years of and we must imagine what LUTH will be at its centennial in another 40 years. I call upon us, therefore, to dream dreams and come up with lofty goals, which shall be our own legacies to be celebrated by posterity. As we celebrate, we are all engaging all stakeholders to define new goals and projects for the future of our institution. We must come together and work towards common goals. Let us see present national and institutional challenges as opportunities to recreate better values for ourselves and others who look up to us. Alone, we can stand and do so little, but together we can do so much. That was what Ellen Keller said. And I beseech us all to come together and do so much more for our dear institution. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, from the foregoing, I'm sure you agree with me that we have many reasons to celebrate our ancestors, as well as the many achievements of this great institution in the past 60 years, even as we look confidently into the future. May God continue to bless LUTH, and may God bless us all. Thank you very much. So, Simak, thank you.
Thank you very much, the Chief Editor, for the address. What is expected of us today, like I said, Thursday, this is today, one of the days that actually set aside to celebrate our staff. Just like I said, we rightly said. So the LUTH Assistive Planning Committee, the and other members of that team will get in touch with the department. Presently, I think we have written to the department exactly what we're going to do today and how we are going to do this celebration. The HODs have been contacted. The department is expected that we have something that we're going to send to the department. Please let's the other day while we're getting those things like we usually do. And I hope that we all enjoy today. So on behalf of the entire staff, I want to thank the Chief Medical Director once again. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you so much for leadership. And thank you so much for the encouragement. Thank you so much for the teamwork that you have actually the team work that you have actually imbibed in all of us. And that is the reason why we have this achievement. So once again, the Chief Medical Director, thank you so much. I think we have gone to the end of this session. So the program continues, like we said, the sporting activities continues. Tomorrow we are going to have the cultural day. We are going to send, and it is important that all of us are there for the cultural day. So thank you, everybody.